HEART is a national nonprofit that works to advance reproductive justice and prevent gender-based violence for the most directly impacted Muslims. And we do that through our 4 programming arms of health education, advocacy, research, and training.
If you need information, if you need resources, if you need to get connected to someone who knows the answers to your question, HEART is here for you, specifically when it relates to gender-based violence, specifically when it's related to your sexual health, specifically when it's related to reproductive justice. And the through line is gender Islamophobia, because we can't think about our needs if we're also not thinking about systems.
Even if we don't have the answer, I think part of the work that we're doing is working towards finding that answer, whether it means like reaching out to scholars, whether it means like we actually do the research. How does sexual violence show up? What are some of the ways that spiritual abuse manifests?
What I've seen with HEART, it's a great bridge to kind of get a better understanding of our sexual reproductive health, our agency, and also just, the violence that exists in our community and the abuse and how to overcome it.
HEART really comes with, they bring their heart to the table, but also just constantly bringing this idea of mercy to the community. It's something that they embody and also give to all of us.
It's for anyone who has taken inspiration from or is guided by or finds any type of relief in Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim and the ideas of the most merciful, the most kind, and feel guided by that. Because I think HEART is for anyone who's able to show for each other with compassion and is willing and dedicated to that.
As someone who's a survivor, as someone who's Muslim, that was the part of the work that was missing. So having experienced all that trauma, not feeling as connected to the Muslim community, not being able to draw the lines of being a survivor and being Muslim, HEART just kind of filled that equation.
So nice seeing that sexual and reproductive health aspect brought up to the forefront and being labeled as something that is actually a necessity that we need to have access to information to.
For me, it has really helped me reconcile so many different parts of my life, whether it's struggling with sexual dysfunction or with my pregnancy loss and abortion. HEART was where I brought all of that, and not only was I held with so much compassion and love and community, but it's answering a lot of the questions we have ourselves as Muslims navigating sexual and reproductive life.
How are we supporting community members when they reach out to us? We just offer all the resources and the information, but we don't tell them this is a one way to do it, this is how the outcome should be. And I think that in a lot of mainstream Muslim spaces, it's black or white. There's no space for gray, and I feel like with the work that we do at HEART, it really thrives in that gray space in a way that positively impacts our community.
I think something that stuck out to me when I was first working with HEART is the culture around there not being one type of Muslim. I think that's actually not very common. I think I really appreciate the expansiveness that the whole team has and the acceptance that the team has for different ways that people relate to Islam.
And we're taking inspiration from our faith in this work. We're not just Muslim because that's our identity, but it's Muslim because our faith drives us. And that's something that's also really unique, is when you can bring in your faith, you can bring in a spiritual tradition, you can bring in something bigger than yourself, bigger than this worldly life, and you can bring that into your organizing principles. That's really rare.
I felt very isolated from Muslim spaces. I pray more after working at HEART. I read Quran. I read Hadith just for fun, just for vibes. I wouldn't have had that. It makes me feel more Muslim than I ever have felt before.
I think that at the end of the day, HEART truly is one of the only organizations that I see that has a practice of collective care and really caring for our people through healing justice. And we actually don't have an organization like that specializing with Muslim communities, but within Muslim communities, the margins of Muslim communities. So whether it's survivors, it's folks who are queer, who are trans, HEART has been at the forefront of saying we center the margins of Muslim communities who have actually been pushed out from a lot of dominant mainstream spaces.
I dream of HEART in every masjid, every Sunday school, every primary school, every middle school, all those little private Islamic schools, I dream of HEART International. HEART goes global. I'm thinking about HEART in every abortion clinic in the US, Heart in every gender affirming care physician's office. These resources need to be everywhere, and in the next 15 years, inshallah, they will be.
What would it look like to create a third way? What would it look like to say, this doesn't work, but we're gonna make what works for us?